Hello, my name is Sammy, and welcome to this week's PBS series, The Extinction of Fear. Recent research has found that it is possible to stimulate the brain in such a way that one can reduce the feeling of fear associated with memories. This research is being used to try to help those who struggle with fear association, such as PTSD victims, people with phobias, and even people battling with addiction. But to understand that, let us first look at how memories work. The brain has both short-term and long-term memory. The long-term memory can be thought of as a giant web of events and places that are all connected together by what we call association. If we learn something that we can easily associate with these events in our network of memories, it is easier for the new memory to hook in and become part of our long-term memory. Along with that, an actual physical process takes place when we commit something to memory that changes the physical shape of the brain. This is known as neuroplasticity. Think of this as a piece of plastic. The plastic can hold the shape it is, but when it is stimulated, it is able to be molded into something new. The original base is still there, but the final product is not quite the same. This is what happens when we access a memory. When we access a memory and bring it to a state where it can be remolded, we call that reactivization. After reactivization of a memory, it is then reconsolidated. Think of this as the cooling of plastic back to a rigid form. Once the memory is reconsolidated, it is stuck in that form. The process of continuing to reactivate and reconsolidate memories increases the ease of accessing the memory through strengthening of the synapse connection. This can be thought of as building a sturdier bridge to that point of memory and making the trip go more smoothly back and forth. This is why a continuous iteration of studying a topic makes it easier to then remember that topic. This is where things get interesting. If one were to stimulate the brain when it is between these states of reactivization and reconsolidation, extinction training is applied, and the connection to this memory is actually decreased. Extinction training provides a competing association to the memory, which reduces the memory's original strength. How this is being used in recent research for people who suffer from fear association is quite interesting. In these patients, doctors are able to stimulate memories that the patient associates with fear. Once the patient has reactivated this memory, the doctors provide a counterstimulation to lessen the severity of the connection with fear. The memory is then reconsolidated back into a rigid form. In this way, many patients are able to lessen their association with fear over time. Unfortunately, there have been cases of restoration of these old fears, leading into need for continuation of this research. However, it is a promising outlook on the treatment of psychological fear. We will just have to see where the future takes us. And with that, we conclude this week's series of The Extinction of Fear. Thank you for joining us, and see you all next week.